I went to Khaled's album, God Did.
Hove did.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Thank you very much.
Mo
Yemi.
did.
No.
That's the title of this episode.
I like that.
No, honestly, so I went to it. I was like, let me see how God did this. By the way, that name is blasphemy because the album's shit. No, honestly, bruv, calling it God Did, you're a dickhead. The album's whack, man. Like, at this point now, Khaled, I get it. But you know what it is with Khaled's album now?
What do you get, man? Tell me what you get.
With Khaled, what he does essentially, his blueprint is just finding whoever's hot at the moment and putting them on a track, innit? If I don't resonate with who's hot at the moment, I'm not going to resonate with the album. Whereas a decade ago, if you put Nicki on the album, Cole on the album, Kendrick on the album, Big Crit, it's going to resonate. Now when there's 10 little babies, it's not going to resonate the same with me. The album's shit. You lot did downplay Jay-Z's verse. That's to me anyway. I thought...
All I said was that it wasn't a top 30 J verse. That's all.
But that's not... Was it a great verse?
It was a good verse.
What struck you the most about it?
Before I heard it, because you lot were in a group chat talking about him, and I was like, all right, cool, maybe this verse ain't. Because I agree with you looking back at, what was the last verse he did before this that people really, really overrated?
Oh, Neck and Wrist.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool, looking back at that verse wasn't it. I thoroughly enjoyed this verse. Like, thoroughly enjoyed this verse. Like,
Is it a top 30 J verse?
No, but that's his barometer.
What do you mean?
If I give this verse to any other rapper and what they're saying is a fact, it's a top 10 verse in their
I
catalog.
don't know about that.
But is your view...
Not from a skill point. If we're talking about as far as like factual information, cool. But not from a skill set perspective. It's not that amazing of a verse. Lupe broke it down amazingly.
What did Lupe say?
Lupe's basically saying what I'm saying.
What?
That, like, if you're a Jay fan, you will clearly know that this isn't one of his best verses.
No, but it's a...
Talk about it.
I'm not... But when I say great verse, I'm not talking about Jay. I'm just saying it's a great verse.
But is your view of the verse helped by the fact that it's basically a song within a song? It's 3 minutes of Jay.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen since like 20.
So it's more the moment then.
100% it definitely is more the moment because the first thing I said with
Shout out Gigs
Ozzy
as
and
well.
them, man. The first thing I said to Ozzy and them, man, was, yeah, I need the album ASAP. Like, this just made me...
See, now, bro, you got to be careful with judging like verses, songs, lyrics like that just because of the moment. Man.
I can always do with a Jay album though. It doesn't matter when. He's just that kind of rapper to me. Like 444 came out 5 years ago. Like, I can do it with a Jay.
The same thing happened with Kendrick Lamar's Control verse. It wasn't an amazing verse. It was just controversial. On that song, he didn't have the best verse on the song.
Jay
The moment was just so big. Do you know what I mean? So I think we got to be careful with that, man, because I think it will continue to contribute to diluting art.
We're past that point with Jay though. Every verse he does is a moment.
But Yemi,
And I'm not mad at it.
But Yemi, you're not on social media, innit? Yemi can't stand when Jay-Z drops a verse.
That's not true.
Because Yemi's...
it's
when you see the timeline, bro, the timeline
stand.
is in shambles. But do I think it's one of his greatest verses? It's definitely not top 30.
I just don't
but
like
I still think
I don't
it's a
like
good
the
verse.
cocksuckers. I don't like the cocksuckers.
Whoa.
Yes,
Whoa.
I said cock,
God
not dick.
damn.
I don't like the cocksuckers. That's all I don't like.
God
When
damn.
people talk about, oh, this is the greatest verse ever, there was one...
Someone really said
there
that,
was
yeah.
There was one channel, there was one Twitter channel that said, is this the best verse in hip-hop history? Now, he was smart because he deleted it.
Was that really a thing?
Yes, it was really a thing. I think I might have quote tweeted it, but then he deleted it. So I don't know if I deleted our tweet, but he definitely deleted his. That's what I'm talking about. It's the fact that everybody thinks that because it's Jay-Z and because he's Hove, everything he touches turns into flipping gold. No. Neck and Wrist wasn't great. This verse here, while nice to hear a 3-minute Jay verse, he was not moving mountains. If anything, he was talking about the same stuff he talks about all the time anyway. In the same way.
I think
you might not appreciate that because it's coming from Yemi. Yemi's not the biggest Jay fan.
Yemi's a hater.
And I'm a Jay stan, but I completely agree.
I hear you. I hear
with me. He didn't say nothing new for me. He didn't do nothing for me.
No, it's definitely the same.
I loved hearing like that Jay rap for that long, but it didn't do nothing for me.
Nah, I don't know, man. It just...
Not when I'm listening to Rock Marciano pen bars that should be in the Ark of the Covenant.
It's in the what?
Ark of the Covenant, fam.
You know you meant there as well, by the
You know
way.
what I'm saying? When I got Black Thought, it's like just doing a madness, bro. Like, I love Jay, man.
That's fair. It's just, I generally...
And if we minimise that and we talk about the specific shout out to Gigs and how the UK...
I love that.
And how the UK went on fire.
He hated that.
I know he did.
And how the UK went on fire. Let me try find it. Let me try find the what
you're about to search
I went on a rant on our group chat about it, and I was just like, I just don't like the way the UK bends over backwards for whenever we're mentioned by Americans.
It helps though.
But do you think it's a difference?
It helps in a sense, but we need to have more decorum when it comes to that. We shouldn't, whenever a rapper or an artist from America, I'm not talking about Jay, I'm talking about Bia. You remember that Bia London video?
Yeah.
Unknown T and
Unknown T
people
was
were
there.
flipping
Yeah.
backup dancers. Like, have some respect for yourself, man. Like, it's not that deep. Sometimes a shout out is sometimes all you need. And if
But
you're
I don't
gassed
think that's
by
about
that,
respecting
cool.
him. I disagree with you with Unknown T. If Jake, say you're a rapper and J. Cole's one of your favorites ever, I don't think there's anything wrong with. I
Bia
agree
is
with
not anyone's
I'm
favourite
not
rapper.
talking about B. I'm talking about Cole here. I'm saying I get it. We do go overboard. But say if you're Unknown T and J. Cole says, "Yo, I'm in your city. Do you want to be my video?" I don't think there's anything internally wrong with saying, "All right, cool, let me show up."
I don't think so either. But I don't think that's what Yemi's saying though.
Yeah, we talk about the bigger context of
I'm
us
talking about the
bending.
bigger
We bend
context
over
of
backwards
us.
for Americans.
Yes, I'm talking about that bigger context because it's like we've got our own thing, and I'm not saying you don't acknowledge what the US are saying about us, but don't be so thirsty. Don't appear
I
so
disagree
thirsty.
with Yemi. I don't think it's that thirsty.
No, you don't see the timeline.
I think it's cool. I think it's nice to have a bit of buzz around the fact that Jay bigged up, a legend from here. Like it's not. I don't think we've had any other artist that's been as big as Jay, or even like when I say big, I mean like as far as like status, even in a generation that's after Jay, talk about any of our prominent UK artists. So like, I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world that Jay-Z is talking about gigs. I think it's dope
But for it to shut down the internet,
because it was unexpected.
nah, man.
And I think it's different. Like,
Nah,
it's to me, it's what you
man.
said. I think it's Jay-Z doing it. It's arguably the GOAT talking about the UK, whereas don't really see that. You normally get the Drakes and stuff, yeah, but I do get like I would understand the buzz of like, oh shit, he's actually looking at the UK, but I agree with you at the same time. It's like, yo, we're making great music.
I don't know.
We don't
man.
need to. We don't need to fish for their attention. Like where we are making
I
outstanding
clearly
music.
don't place that much value in a rapper in the US, no matter what level you're at, mentioned in the UK. That doesn't excite me. That doesn't get me going. It would get me going more if you collabed with them,
Yeah.
like Drake did, with Giggs and Skepta and Georgia. Not a mention.
And Dave.
And Dave. Not a mention. Maybe that's what I'm. Maybe that's what I'm
Yeah,
at. Plus, a lot of UK heads are very obnoxious with it as well. Like that day, very very obnoxious with it. Oh, Hope sees us. Hope sees us. Grow up, bro.
Is that what they said?
You're 36.
No, honestly, it was a thing where it's just like, I don't think the UK understands how good we are at making music because it's like what you said. You still look up.
Maybe I'm thinking too
to
deep
America.
about it.
No,
Maybe
I
it's
agree
not
with you.
that deep,
We still
but
look up
I
to
don't know.
America on
No, I agree
like a
with
big
you.
brother thing, and it's like we're at a place now where we can stand on our own 2 feet and be like, we don't really need you.
And when they do
And we
stuff
need
like
to
that, it
understand it.
seems as if we're still on
Exactly.
this paternal vibe.
Yeah, I agree,
That's
I agree.
kind of where
But
it
we
kind of
are.
rubs me up the wrong way.
But
we
why
don't need
though?
to
I
be.
think we probably always will be.
But we don't need to be. That's what I'm saying.
Can I?
We've come so far.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
That's
do
what I'm
think.
saying.
No, I agree.
But we're still not where we want to be. That we're craving more.
But what are we craving to
we're
conquer
aspiring
conquer
for
America?
more. To be as big as America, if not bigger. We're always going to be aspiring for that. So why won't there be excitement when, artists from our scene are mentioned by the top dogs over there?
I think those
it
are-
helps.
but I
It
think-
helps with that bridging.
But I think they're mutually exclusive. You can want to aim for that level, but it doesn't mean that when they mention you, you have to cream your pants. And Giggs clearly wasn't. Like, we didn't say anything from Giggs. I'm just talking more so about the commentators, the publications,
Yeah,
the
I
commentators,
agree.
and all
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
see what you're saying,
We're creaming our pants because of this stuff. When really and truly, it's cool, but it's only just cool. That's literally all it is, in my opinion.
I'll get you.
Hey man.
But
For what- I agree.
God did was trash.
What you say?
What God did was trash.